Warning. The following games are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These games may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello there everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Earth Defense Force 5. I am your host, Alexander Frost, and this is Episode 2. Now when last we left off, we went through the tutorial as the first class, the Ranger. Now we begin the game proper in Mission 2 using the Fencer class, the Heavy Boys. Now as you can clearly see, the Ranger started with 200 points of armor and only 2 weapons. The Fencer, on the other hand, as you can see here, starts with 250 armor and 4 weapons, locked into 2 categories. It's a very powerful machine. So, we'll start off by adjusting the equipment. So, the Fencer has access to, you can't see it over there, on the far left, that is, well, I don't know what that is on the far left because I don't actually have the weapon, but it has access to quite a few weapons. It has close combat piercers, it has shields, which it can use to protect itself, Gatling cannons, it also has cannons and missiles and all kinds of stuff, but since I don't actually have any of that in the categories, there's nothing really much I can do right now. For the purposes of today's Let's Play, though, I'm going to be going with my favorite, my classic, my standby, the Blast Hole Spear, which is essentially a pile bunker. You gotta love a pile bunker. And then a Gatling cannon in the right hand. That's our first weapon set. And the second weapon set is pretty much going to be the same thing. A pile bunker and a Gatling gun. Now, I am not going to be using shields in this game. I could. The reason I choose not to is because basically, like a real shield, you can only protect yourself from one direction. And it cuts down damage. It doesn't prevent you from taking damage. And once it gets broken, you have to wait for it to reload, and there's just a chance of you getting knocked. It's just not worth it in my opinion. Plus, it slows you way down. I prefer to stay mobile. Now, here's something that's unique with this class. Every weapon has a secondary feature attached to it. In this case, with the Blast Hole Spear, if I remember correctly, it has a long jump ability. And the Gatling cannons have a high jump ability. And I can use these to get around the battlefield surprisingly fast. It's very useful. As far as I know, for the shields, its secondary ability is to release some kind of energy wave that can knock enemies back, but it doesn't really damage them. Again, shields are not really my thing. The Fencer can also equip 2 pieces of support equipment, unlike the Ranger, which can only do 1, but as you can see, we ain't got none yet. I should have also mentioned this before, this game is very grind-heavy. Like, very, very grind-heavy. So, I'll be doing all of my grinding off-screen, and I'll only play in missions I've already done, so I avoid going too far forward. The really great thing about this game, though, is that whenever you pick up weapons and items in the field, about 75% of what you pick up will be for whatever class you're playing. The rest of it will be split up amongst the other classes. So you can get equipment for the Wing Diver or the Ranger if you're playing as the Fencer. It helps with grinding instead of everything is for this one class. If you want to get something for another class, you have to play as that class, blah 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 blah. And again, not going to worry about changing color or adjusting armor. The armor that we picked up last time was for the Ranger anyways, but we're fine. We got more than enough armor to protect ourselves. Now, again, going to check out the controls just a little bit, because Fencer, he's a heavy boy. He's a little bit different. Alright, so R2 is to attack with our right arm, which is our Gatling gun. L2 is with our left arm, our close combat piercer. The use ability for the right arm and left arm, well, there you go, L1 and R1. Jump is X, switch weapons is triangle, reload, vehicle rescue. blah 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 blah. And then shield reload, which, well, doesn't matter, because we don't have a shield. So I think we're good to go, kids. So we're going to go into Mission 2, Escape from Darkness. The monsters came from nowhere, and we don't know if there are more of them lurking in the dark. And to make it worse, we can't make contact with the ground. We're stranded at the bottom of the base. But we can't sit around waiting. We must find the rest of our comrades and escape. I will protect you, civilian, but I don't know what will happen. If we're in bad luck, we're going to have to fight monsters. Get prepared for battle. Like I said before, this game was just straight translated from Japanese. It wasn't localized, because you know that this is not how it would sound if it were localized for the West. Anyways, I should also mention changing medals. If you look on the bottom, you see triangle. Up there on the screen where you see the guy holding his fist out and it says Fencer, on every level that you play, you can earn a medal. And these medals contribute towards something called a weapon level limit, which is something that pertains to online play. When you're playing offline by yourself, you can use whatever weapons you want at whatever level you want. But when you play online, rooms and missions will have specific weapon limits. This is to prevent someone who has level 90 equipment from walking into a mission with people who are just starting the game and utterly blowing everything away. It forces cooperation more than anything, but you can eventually unlock the weapon level limit so that you can use whatever you want, but to do so, you have to clear a mission with a given character on a given difficulty. In this case, as you can see with those 5 boxes, those represent the 5 difficulty levels. That being easy, normal, hard, inferno. No, wait, easy, normal, hard. Well, we'll see the difficulties in a moment. But basically, there are, as you can see, 20 possible medals for this one mission alone. And that means I would have to play all of the missions as all of the characters so many times. The really good thing about this is, if you play a mission, as I did with the Ranger in the previous mission, on normal, then the other medals on the lower difficulty levels you get automatically. As you can see here, I played on normal, so I got the easy medal as well. So I don't have to go back and play as the Ranger on that level again, which is kind of nice. Alright, yes, here we go. There is easy, normal, hard, hardest, and inferno. We can't even select hardest or inferno until we beat the game. But as you can see, the differences in the difficulty are basically, in easy mode, you 10% of your normal damage. You can do friendly fire to your allies, but they'll only take 10% damage and you won't knock them down. On normal, they only take 25% of your damage and you don't knock them down. But on hard, yeah, 50%, and then basically on hardest, it's like 75% normal damage and you can knock them down, and on Inferno, they'll just take the full damage. I should also mention, you can blow yourself up, so if you're using explosives, be very careful. Oh, there we go. Increase item collection range, as I explained in the previous mission.
Monsters might be hiding out. Stay alert. Civilian, keep up. Stay close if they want to live.
As you can see, Exoskeleton, he's pretty heavy. Pretty slow.
The fight too, civilian.
I know it.
Don't fight. You will become their food. Don't say that. We'll do our best to protect you.
So this is what the close combat striker does.
First time holding a gun? Try to hold it together. Aim at the enemy, then pull the trigger. Easy, huh?
This is what happens if I hit R1. I take off and almost bump my head on the ceiling. Whereas if I hit L1, I get this nice dash. But I can chain them together. Observe.
Here we are. Unlock the blast door.
So I can use it to get around pretty quickly.
Monsters! They're attacking our men.
Attack the monsters!
Hey, there are too many! Save us!
Yes, this weapon has a bit of a wind-up time, but that's okay.
Look at the fangs! If you get bitten, you will die!
Kill them all! Spare no
ambushed. Everyone else is dead.
We're safe. What on earth happened?
Let's escape from underground. Head to the elevator.
The elevator's not moving. The cables are all destroyed.
This route doesn't work. Let's head back.
Ice physics.
Since we can't use the elevator, there's a passage for AFVs. Let's go through that passage to the surface.
I believe that stands for Armored Fighting Vehicles. In other words, tanks, trucks, stuff like that.
I'll open the blast door now. Back off! Take the pathway for AFVs. Beware of the slope. Head to the ground surface.
As we can see, there are enemies ahead of us. I'm not waiting.
We still have one more trick up our sleeve. There should be a powered exoskeleton hangar on the floor above.
Let's move to the hangar, quickly.
You guys know that I'm using a powered exoskeleton, right?
Monsters!
Yeah, the game was expecting me to stay with them.
Danger! Let's go for help. Go in for backup.
Is the gun jammed? This weapon is effective! Knew it!
Come on. This weapon has very slow wind-up, as you can tell.
We're surrounded. Damn. We have to fight for survival. Let's do it. Take a shot. Watch out.
Oh, Japanese soldiers, you talk so funny.
Well done. You seem to have some talent.
Yeah, every weapon reloads at a different speed, some faster than others.
Someone give us instructions!
And in the case of the fencer here, sometimes it might be better to switch weapons than to wait for the reload.
We better get the hell out of here. Let's go. Follow me. There should be powered exoskeletons in the hangar.
Alright, so we just want the armor.
Did anyone operate a powered exoskeleton?
I am literally wearing one.
Leave it to me. This is it. I'm opening the gate now.
Guys, I'm literally wearing powered exoskeleton. Oh, you meant the mechs. Yeah, no, I don't know how to use those.
Wall to get in. Damn it! The powered exoskeletons have been destroyed.
They're all destroyed! Anyway, just defeat the enemy! Those things are spitting acid at us! Are they trying to melt us?
You gotta be kidding me! I don't want to die like that.
It's no joke if you get spit on. We must kill them before they get us. You're good!
All them years of playing Tetris. All them years of playing Tetris.
Take this.
So the close combat striker, it actually extends a second time when you fire it in a chain sequence, which is pretty
All
nice.
gone. We're screwed.
Forget it. Let's get out of here. Follow me.
Thanks.
What about my steak? Do I get steak? Yes, the different sizes in health. The smaller one really gives you less health, the bigger one gives you more, obviously. Now, you will pick up anything, just like that, you'll pick up anything whether you need it or not, so be careful when it comes to picking up health. If you don't need it, don't grab it. I think there seem to be more. Whoops, wrong way. Too far.
Fire at will.
I'm ready to fight. Not against so many. Is this the monster's realm?
The monster's realm? Really, guys?
Somebody answer me. We are fighting the monsters on the ground. Calling in for backup. It's no use.
Did the ground unit fall asleep or what? The monsters are crawling all over the place. The rescue team will definitely come.
Why did you take him?
This way. Follow me.
This is for my wife. I'll give you something good later.
Thank you. Did that monster escape from a zoo or something? This is weird. We're talking about a horde of 10-meter monsters. And no one noticed a thing before the shit hit the fan?
Maybe they were hiding somewhere.
That's not so bad, right?
Being a soldier is my duty.
That's what the officer told us, too.
Yeah, they just chatter on.
Ah!
That was close.
Back up!
The ceiling is collapsing!
The route is blocked.
There's a hole in the ceiling!
Monsters are coming from the hold!
How much longer are you guys gonna state the obvious? I am already a better soldier than you.
Just way too many!
Not really.
Come from?
What a nightmare!
There you have insomnia. Who's gonna pay if it gets worse?
See how I was able to reach that far?
Rescue team's here yet.
Well, thank you.
Handle yourself pretty well back there. Billy.
You've got what it takes to be a soldier. You want to join us?
We'll change route! This way! Keep moving forward!
Now, a lot of the times, you'll be on your own, and it doesn't matter if the NPCs die. Sometimes you'll have extra guys with you to help, other times you'll be by yourself. It's all good. It's all relative. You don't need to worry about keeping any of them alive.
Behind this blast door, there might be monsters. Stay alert!
Yeah, these guys are story relevant, so they're not going to
Hold
die.
on, Sergeant. I need some mental preparation.
You'll be fine.
I'm sure there are tons of monsters on the other side of the door.
Ready? I'm unlocking it now!
Ah! Huh? What the? Man, that was scary.
Oh, good grief. Let's move on!
This game is so Japanese, I swear.
I never thought the base would be under attack.
Why isn't there any contact from the ground force?
They must be busy prepping the rescue teams now.
You can get a pension.
That's what the officer told us, too.
Really, guys?
I'm transferred. The rescue team will be here soon. They must be standing by on the ground surface now.
The ground surface, you say?
Please come in. Requesting surface sit rep.
Hear us as we shout at the top of our lungs.
Why isn't there any response from the ground force?
Maybe something happened.
No matter what happened, their situation can't be worse than ours.
God. You choose now to start singing? Why?
Rescue team must be waiting on the surface.
There is no rescue team,
Safe
guys.
once we
Come
get
on.
out from here.
There's obviously no rescue team.
Where are you? I'll tell you, baby, the monsters are biological weapons created by another nation.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, dear God. I am so done with these guys.
Monsters living creatures.
I am so done listening to you guys.
In the story, a bunch of rats got into a spaceship. They kept multiplying, and they ended up eating all the food.
Like machines, living creatures can reproduce.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you saying that there will be more monsters?
Over
How
here!
is this
Come
happening?
over here! Come here!
Oh, my God. I swear.
Sergeant, you are okay.
I'm going to the surface. Open the blast door.
No way. It's likely that there are monsters on the other side.
I see. But this is the only route. We have to exterminate the monsters.
You have a rocket launcher. So does your friend. What are you worried about?
Open the blast door.
The guy with the flamethrower should be more terrified.
I heard that there are more than I thought.
There are way too many!
Nothing to fear. Exterminate them all.
Once again, you have a rocket launcher. You have nothing to worry about. You got this.
Can't take it anymore!
Never in my wildest dreams would I thought I would be fighting monsters.
Is that a live ant next to me? I think I can leave the rest of these guys and grab items. because item collection is critical.
I'll make you a side dish. You're good.
The exit is not far. We'll be fine once we get back to the surface.
Being a soldier is my duty. You don't need to point it out. Actual fighting is much more fun than training. That's absolutely wrong.
This is the exit. We can meet up with our unit. Sure. We'll be safe once we are on the surface. Now, move it.
Join the EDF. Do you think we will
Get myself out of this. Hey, civilian. That was quite impressive.
After we get out, visit the Army recruiter. He'll help you with the paperwork.
I know it was amazing. It's almost like I had weapons designed to be held on vehicles as opposed to people. But, you know, I'm slower than you guys, right? You want to maybe slow down a little bit? Let me keep up? Please? Guys!
Why did you... Don't worry, civilian. We're safe now.
Listening to others'
Someone waiting for you at home?
Why'd you take a
Come on, man, this shit's heavy. Slow down!
can't let them take over the Earth. I have always wanted to be a soldier.
Ah!
This is true. This is not...
Alright, so, as we can see here, we picked up some armor for all 4 of our classes, which is nice, but all of our weapons are just for the Fencer. We have a new cannon, a 30mm Gallic heavy cannon, a vibro hammer, which is a kind of melee weapon, and a brand new Gatling cannon. Actually, no, we have an upgrade to our existing cannon. That's what we have. Oh yes. Yes, the accuracy of the gun went up. And then we just have a really, really powerful artillery cannon. Yes, an artillery cannon. Because who doesn't need an artillery cannon, right? Well, that's going to do it for this episode, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again on the next episode.